When I worked on Wall Street, I talked with traders every day and most lose money. Today we're going to look at Shelby Church's video on day trading and see whether it's legit or not. Let's jump right in.
I've made a few videos about investing, but one thing I've never really explored is day trading. And that's because day trading is considered pretty risky, most day traders lose money, and overall it can be really confusing if you're new to it. The draw of day trading is that you can pretty much do it anywhere, and potentially within just the first hour or two of the day you could make a profit. But the research shows most people don't end up making money day trading. Either way, I'm interested to see what this world is all about, so for fun, I'm gonna day trade with $1,000 that I'm okay losing if I do, and we'll see what happens.
Shelby does a good job introducing day trading, but I think she really goes light on the risks. Truly, day trading is probably one of the riskiest things you can do with your money. In general, the longer you hold an investment, the higher the probability of getting a positive return. In fact, over a 30-year period, 100% of the time, people make money in the stock market. Now that's in the past and the future may be different. If you hold for just a year, the percentage is something like 51 or 52%. So you see, as you get into longer and longer holding periods, the probability of making money goes way up. When you're at the shortest end of a holding period, like 10 seconds or a minute, it's pretty much a toss-up whether you're gonna make money or not.
I need to actually learn how to day trade and find a strategy.
First things first is learning how the heck to do this, because it's like another language.
So Shelby has just said that she needs to learn how to do this, as if it's something you could learn to do, like driving a car, riding a bicycle. How hard could it be? Well, it turns out it can be very, very hard, because you're not really investing. You're not focusing on picking a good company that's going to make a profit and return some of that profit to you as the owner. You're simply betting on what other people will think. And what other people will think is completely unknown to almost everybody. In truth, a tiny, tiny number of people can do this. There's one guy in particular, Jim Simons. He's super famous, a multi-billionaire. He can do it. Nobody else can really do it.
I wanted to at least find a strategy to go into this with. I know I'm not going to be an expert overnight, but if I can at least have one thing to go off of, I think that'll be better than just, picking things randomly.
Actually, picking things randomly works just as well. In fact, the Wall Street Journal did a study where they compared the returns of professional money managers and monkeys throwing darts at a board covered with the names of stocks. And it turns out that more often than not, the monkeys throwing darts actually outperform the professionals. So don't knock random guessing.
Stock market opens in about 10 minutes. So I'm getting everything set up. So one thing that's kind of a bummer is because I don't have $25,000 in my account in this thing called the PDT Rule, I can only make 3 round trip trades in 1 week.
Shelby has just mentioned the PDT rule. These are rules created by FINRA, which is the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, I believe. And these are people who are trying to protect people from themselves. In general, the rules are more restrictive if you have less money, and you get more options and more choices as you have more. If you're an accredited investor with over $1 million to invest, you can buy options and all sorts of stuff, which is very risky, that you're not allowed to do if you don't have that money. And if you're down at the very small investor level with just a few $1,000s, they say you can only do 3 round trip trades, meaning buy and sell the same instrument in the same week. This is like seatbelts in a car. These are rules designed to prevent people from losing a lot of money quickly, and I'm grateful for them.
It's now 7:25, and since I have this all in an app and I'm not actually actively looking and searching as much, I'm just kind of monitoring what I've already got going on. Oh, okay, AMC's going back down.
Shelby's a very successful YouTuber. I think in some other videos she showed she made $980,000 in a year. And here she is losing a couple of bucks. And she just seems really depressed and upset about it because it is super painful to lose money. And I have a lot of empathy for that. I hate losing money too. I don't think I'm temperamentally suited to being a day trader. I think she's done a great job explaining that and showing how hard it really is.
So on my computer, it's showing me I've made 14% on AMC, so I've made $30. I'm actually up on everything now. Hey, I don't want to get too greedy. 14% is good as it is.
So Shelby's now up 14%. She went from being down, 20% to now up 14%. And you can see that she's happy. It feels a lot better to be making money, even if it's just a trivial amount, than it did to be losing money. And now that she's ahead, she went from not wanting to lose money to now wanting to gain more. So when she was fearful, she just wanted to break even. Now she's making money. She wants to get rich. And these are the mental games that make it almost impossible, I think, to really be a good trader and to beat the market.
So this is what it looks like. I mean, this is probably so confusing to most people watching, but basically I feel like it's kind of showing that this upward trend is slowly moving to downwards.
Shelby's been looking at a candlestick chart again, and there were a number of up bars. And then, as you saw, the candles, the last two, were red, meaning it had opened high in the period and closed lower twice. And so she's predicting now that it's going to go down. Maybe she'll be right. Again, if anyone knew, they wouldn't be making a video. They would just be collecting the money like Jim Simons.
And it continued to go down, so I changed my game plan to sell at $65.
You can see AMC dipped, but I held, and it's climbing back up to 58.
I realized I really had it good at a 20 or 30% return, and I should have just taken those profits.
Things seem clearer with hindsight. And Shelby Church is certainly regretful that she didn't sell when she had the chance at 67, 65. She's now back in the 50s. And this is very typical. And I really applaud Shelby for making an honest day trading video that shows how hard it is and how she didn't get it all right. It's not easy. Good job, Shelby. You're one of us, a regular person. Welcome to the 99.999% of people who don't make money day trading.
I feel so stupid. It's going down even more. So when I zoom out, I know it's not showing an upward trend, and it seems like the chances of that turning around in the last 8 minutes is kind of unlikely. So I might just want to cut my losses here or take my profits. I'm still profiting a little bit.
Zooming out, what that means is she's looking at very small segments of time. And over a very small segment of time, it does seem like her AMC is rallying a little bit. But if she zooms out and looks at, say, the last hour, the last 2 hours, it's clearly on a downward trend. Although again, that could change at any time because really there is no such thing as momentum.
So I just continued to watch it go down and eventually decided I should just sell before I lose money.
Oh, and I sold.
Shelby gives up. She says she wants to sell before she loses money. Again, that asymmetric pain of losing money kicks in. She absolutely doesn't want to lose money, so she's going to sell before it hits her buy price again. And that's, again, very normal, but it's not a good strategy for trading. I don't know if I can really recommend any good strategies for trading. In my opinion, the best strategy is always have low expectations, be patient, recognize that earning money in the markets takes time.
So in the end, I ended up making $8.57 day trading. Not great.
She made money. She risked 400 and some dollars. She made $8. She made a 2% return. If she could do that every day, she would be the greatest trader of all time. It's truly hard. Yes, at some point, if she had made a great decision, she could have been up 25%, but none of it is repeatable. It's really just chance and luck here. And I think Shelby really gets that across.
There's also a stock screener, which a lot of retail trading apps don't have. So you can put in different criteria you're looking for. Say you're looking for something that made a 5% gain yesterday. You can put that in and has a market cap of $10 billion. So basically you're looking for a volatile company that is really large. And this will show you a list of all of those so you can see what you might want to trade the next day.
Shelby's just talked about a stock screener, one that'll help you pick out a stock that's moved a lot and is of a certain market cap, and that might be the one you want to trade. Again, I'd point out that you can have these tools and you might think that they're being helpful, but there's no indication that they are. Monkeys throwing darts seems to work just as well. And I'm sure if you wanted to buy a monkey that would throw a dart for you, someone would sell that and it might work just as well as this.
At the end of the day, day trading is really risky. I want that to be clear. I just really did it for the entertainment of this video. And just know if you're doing this, it is risky. For most people, it really does make more sense to just buy and hold at longer periods of time.
So Shelby closes by saying, for most people, including her, buying and holding makes more sense. And I agree. And then she pushes Moomoo again. If I were going to push one, I'd have to say Vanguard is a better one. Moomoo is owned by Tencent and works for Tencent. The beauty of Vanguard is that you're the owner as an investor and they work for you. Because they work for you, they're not going to take advantage of you in the ways that Moo might, by, say, giving you bad execution or changing the terms and raising the fees at some point in the future. I've had that experience at Fidelity. Fees were raised upon me because Fidelity works for the Johnson family that owns the company. So I've become a pretty loyal Vanguard investor for that reason. Hope you enjoyed this video. Shelby showed how hard it is to day trade. Fortunately for her, she makes her money from sponsors like Moo, which is why you should always know who is getting paid and how whenever you invest. If you like this video, please check out my video on the Pilot of Succession, where I explain how Kendall negotiates to buy Vaulter, a hot online brand, for Waystar Royco. Thanks and bye.